Hello and welcome back to Worldbox. So there's been a big update as of just a couple days ago, and it's kind of update that I have been looking forward to for a while. It's called the Civilization Update. If you're not familiar with Worldbox, by the way, it's a sandbox. We build land mass, we throw our people out there, and then sort of battle it out. And my style of thing, I like to create world maps or certain regions. Today we're going into medieval Europe, and we're going to let them do the thing. Now, part of this Civilization Update, and the reason we're doing this today is because there's a lot of things that have been changed that are my kind of thing. For instance, we have general units now, and the AI for invading armies and wars has been changed a lot. And hopefully we see some of that today as we get our medieval fight happening here. Also, the villages and the sprite colors, they have all changed. We'll see all that as well. There's some new trade options. There's new foods. There's new resources. There's just a whole lot of stuff. I'll put a link to the change log if you are interested in that kind of a thing. But basically what we're doing today is we're going to grab, I think I've got like maybe a dozen folks or so here in medieval Europe, say around the year, I don't know, 1200 or so. And we'll see just how it goes. And maybe we'll unleash some Mongols at some point to see where they go. But we've thrown in the grass and the greenery, and this took me like 20 minutes. But the rest of this, putting people out there, is the challenging thing. So we'll fill this with humans and elves and dwarves and orcs. And we'll begin here in a moment, and we'll see what all we can do here with it. All right, so we'll do a bit of a tour here. I've added a bit of a tumor over here where the Mongols are separated from the mainland, and we'll unleash them at some point. But first, let's do a little bit of a tour of the place. The year is 1200, and there's lots of folks around here. Sorry, Wales, I tried, but I could not get you squeezed in there. We got England, Scotland, Ireland over here. Notice all the different sprites we've got. I'll go ahead and turn the thing on. There's peace at the moment. And lots of different sprites. We've got each race actually has different looks as well. These are both humans. These are the dwarves up here. We'll see some more. I think France has some cool buildings. Yeah, there's some interesting looking human French buildings down this way. We've got looks like we had more humans. No, these are elves down here in the south. And here we go. We got a general. Our first general is Elefanor, who is part of Castile here. Elefanor has a bow. A copper bow, and so there's many different things about how like they have certain foods that they like, and if they get foods that they want, they get happier. Some tribes only make certain kinds of foods, so trade is necessary. It's all a big thing here. We can also follow this guy around and sort of go about his day-to-day business. We can just watch the guy if we choose. That is a new thing that's been added in here as well. The Holy Roman Empire down here is a bunch of humans. I think that's what you are. Oh, I guess they're elves. So I got some tents in here, and this one's starting to slowly grow here. Up to the north, we got Denmark up this away, and then Poland over to the side. You can see their sprites. Their buildings are a little different. These are dwarves. Also, I think what also changed is like how they build them. So like the elves, of course, are in trees and all that, and sort of just scattered about. That's kind of cool. The dwarves are more they like line things up with roads and more organized, I suppose. We got Norway and Sweden up to the north here. We got elves and dwarves over this way. We got the Finns way up here to the cold. And then way over to the east, we got Hungary, Poland, the Rus, and Byzantium out here in present-day Turkey. And of course, the orcish horde of the Mongols, who I'm gonna let them sit there and do their thing for a while. We'll see what happens with them, but we'll see how it goes. I'm very eager to see how some trade goes. Oh, Ireland just built a ship. Interesting. Well, we'll see what that does for them as well. So like every character has things that they like. And we find the king as well, and they will have what their traits are will also affect like what's happening. If they build additional villages, for instance, England, say they build something down here in Ireland or in Italy. I tried my hardest to get someone in Italy. No one wanted to live there. The Pope didn't want to be there. But if someone settles there and they have multiple towns, they'll get trade going back and forth. And of course, they'll trade between each other as well. It's kind of a lot of interesting things that have been added in, and I'm very eager to see what they're all about. So anyway, yeah, I can get this right about. I think I can get this zoomed in right about here. We can see most of it. If I can zoom out a little bit more, I want to be like in the range where we can see the proper sprites, and then zoom in and all that. We can't quite see Castile down there. Other than that, though, we can see everyone else. I think this is a pretty good place to call it, fast forward time. So, oh, another thing I want to show. Let's show off the other stuff here. So, we have village names. That was always there before. We've got borders. We've seen it before. We now have, go away, buddy. We have kings and leaders, which pop up. And that was that, you can see that symbol that was over that guy's head. It's easier to see, actually, if you zoom out. You can see them. Here they are. And you can see where the kings are. You can see where the village leaders are and where the soldiers are. Or the generals, I should say. So let's take a look over here at the Mongols. So they got a commander here, and Ord here will have a group with him. And as they charge into combat, Ord loves tea. Then they will sort of move, not just willy-nilly as they did before. They will actually go as a group. And we'll see some like percentages pop up on the wars. So we'll see how the wars are going as well between the factions. So it's added some more interesting things to it. So hopefully we can see some of that. I can't really see the. I wonder if it's actually better to watch this. I think I like this way anyway. Oh, the Mongols got a boat, so the Mongols may be showing up sooner than we expected. But I think this is a good spot right here. What else do we have? Oh, important events, right? These can pop up on the side. I'm not sure if it's going to be too annoying or not. We'll leave it on. If it gets too annoying, I will turn it off. Actually, nothing's happening right now. But they'll pop up on the side. I think I'll just leave them off. But we can pop in and see them if we want to see, like, someone's king died or some city fell, that kind of stuff. But we can watch and just see all that. So, other than that, we saw the things I did in my last video. We saw the skeletons and the mages and all those things before. I don't think there's anything of that new. It's mostly just Crabzilla changed a bit. But mostly, it's just all AI and trade things. All the new resources, berries, breads, tea, for instance, pies. The moods, of course, is a big deal. Yeah, diplomacy, stewardship, all this kind of stuff has been added in here anyways. Anyway, let's turn this thing on and let it go. So I'm going to, actually I'm going to save real quick and then we'll begin. Okay, just remember that I had not saved yet, and so I should do that. So anyway, if you don't know how to do debug mode, you go into settings and then you click on this thing a few times and it'll pop up over there, and that's how you get into here. And you got options like speed, that kind of stuff, which is what I usually do here. There's a few different options we can play around with also in here, but for now, let's just turn it on like normal mode. I'm going to turn on the diplomacy, and we'll sort of let things happen, and we'll let it just let it go. It looks like Hungary and the Holy Roman Empire are already at war, as well as France. There's lots of fight, and you can see there's France charging in, general there with a bit of an army chasing behind as they're taking out the Holy Roman Empire. But Hungary and Poland seem to be going at it as well. There's a general coming down this way. The HRE is falling quick. Sorry, I'll try not to keep this too zoomed in, but all of Central Europe has basically fallen apart. The different boats, we saw this before. We've got the warships, and there's some trade boats, and there's fishing boats as well. And I think we have our first death. That fancy-looking temple or whatever that thing is, the Holy Roman Empire, is gone. Nope, not yet. Now it's gone. Okay, and Hungary is getting trashed by Poland. And this is at speed 1. This is going much faster than I thought it was going to go. France is strong, 52. And I kept on trying to push them back to like in the 20s where everyone else was, and they kept on bouncing back. France is going to be a problem, I think. But let's speed it up. We'll go to 5 before we go supersonic speed, and we'll let it just play out. that was quick. We have some changes, and France has taken over basically everything. Castile is gone. Everything in the middle is gone. Oh, we down to like 4. Norway has 1 person left, and it's the king, and he's out here hanging out in Shetland. So, I'm not sure what's going on with that. What's he doing? Can we click on the guy and look at the... What's not that one. I want to look at this guy. Realm of Greatness. Old Thor there. Sure. He loves ale. Yeah, he's just going to hang out. Okay. Well, it's a lot of ruins there in the middle of Europe. Let's, you know what? I think maybe it's been about 20 years or so, give or take. I think maybe the Mongols, and even with the break here, the Mongols managed to make their way across with ease. I think the Mongols can go ahead and make their entrance. Let's go ahead and give them a little bit of dirt to cross over, and they can go do their worst. They can make their way across anyway. I noticed one of their commander was over here stomping on the folks over here. So we'll let them go. They're already at it as Finland tries to grow and falls. Okay, back to the old time lapse. I haven't decided whether I like this mode better because you can see like the wars and the fighting. Like for instance, we've got the what was that the town leader of Finland here, and a whole bunch of Mongols storming into Finland and basically ruining everything. And the Mongols are on their way. Okay, back to time lapse. I want to stop this before it got too out of hand, but so France, oh, they're back. France took England, of course. England rebelled, as did Ireland. England took Ireland, and now there's fighting going on where you can see this is England basically attempting to take France. If it hits 100%, it becomes English, and it is now. Oh, never mind. Is it not England? It's never mind. It's Spain, is who is doing that. Okay. So France is no more. We have New Poland. The Mongols are still strong. I do have rebellions on, by the way, which is why things keep on bouncing back and forth. Yeah, okay, back to it. think with the fall of New Spain, who was at one time France, and I think we have an end. The Mongols, who are just one giant city, basically, with 320 Mongols in here, just sort of stomped through everything. Interestingly, they didn't capture anything. They just ran through and just destroyed everything. I think they're going to destroy as we speak. Nope, they're just sailing around. I thought Sweden was going to hang on the whole time, but they just sat there peacefully for most parts. The British Isles and Ireland, they just rebelled. Always. Every 10 years, there was another rebellion going on over there. I thought France was going to have this one won, but they collapsed under rebellion. New Spain, Spain died and then popped back, resurrected itself, and then conquered half of Europe for a little while until the Mongols showed up. And then New Ireland there is Etua, sitting there peacefully until the Mongols show up. But anyway, that seems like a good place to wrap it up since everyone's dead, basically. I suppose we could drop some bombs or something. But I think that about covers it. We throw some wizards in here. We should like revive Norway and Sweden with Elsa. A little bit of that, just to well, they're just gonna stand there, aren't they? Well, Anyway, congratulations to the Mongols. I say congratulations to Ireland. I think they get the win. Right? The last surviving folks over here. Do you actually have a name, or are you just some new folks that just arrived? You are the kingdom of Ashiva Empire. You've been around for 600 years. And your capital, of course, was Etua. Excellent. Peace with the Mongols at the moment. Your king is that guy. He's a diplomat. Yep, and there he is. We can follow the guy around if we want. Oh, he's got a nice hat. Oh no, that wasn't him. That was the wizards. There he is. That guy. He's out bouncing around with a staff. All right. Well, thanks for watching another one of these Worldbox things. If you have any ideas for future events, then we shall do it. But until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.